Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Visiting with the Community. And today, we're at Rosie's Den in historic Boulder Inn. And we have some special people with us today. We have Brad Larson and Rosie herself. Rosie, thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you for being here. It's my pleasure.
You know, how did it all get started, Rosie? Tell us about that.
Well, I lived on an island in Florida.
My goodness. That must have been fun.
Yeah, well, 17 years. And I saw this ad in the paper for here. And I thought, gee, that's a quaint old place. So I called up, made an appointment. 6 weeks I was behind the counter. Yeah. And I kept my home for a year.
In Florida?
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if I could run a restaurant. 58 years old. And after a year, I sold the house, went back, was going to spend 2 weeks celebrating, saying goodbye, having parties. In 1 week, I couldn't wait to get back. Yeah.
What was the draw for you?
I've never lived in a town. And where I was living in Florida, it was becoming a town. So get out of town, Rosie. yeah.
Well, it is beautiful scenery in this part of the world.
And people say, don't you miss the trees, the green? Well, I was born and raised in the state of Washington. And sure. After that, I went up to visit my brothers and sister. And I drove from Seattle to Portland with a line of beautiful pines on each side. I was so bored. By the time I got there, then I said, I don't ever want to see green. Because here, the mountains change, when the sun changes, the colors change. Every time you go around the corner, the formations change. It's just an exciting piece of geography for this. Oh, I love it. I don't know where I go.
Every sunset we get the actual purple mountains majesty. They turn purple.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I always think of that phrase when the sun comes down.
There's no way I wouldn't have any idea where to go if I lived here. Besides, I wouldn't get hugs. Some people have been here 10, 15, 20 years. Anyway, they come in for their hug. So that's a good thing.
Well, Brad, what do you think about this when your mom came out here?
Well, that was 25 years ago. We have our anniversary party October 9th. Will be 26 years. And I'll be 50 years old. So I've spent half my life here and coming from Florida, and it's I bopped out, sometimes, but I always came back here, and I've always checked in. And the last 8 years, I've been back here full time.
Still the original old building.
The original, now
75 years old.
Yeah, this part here is 75 years old, and the bar's 35 years old, and it used to have the bus attached to it as a tire shop. And we still have the bus roof, which is going out in front of the gift shop.
So this has been continuously run since 1933?
And I'm the fourth owner. So it's never been closed.
Yeah, it's the longest, oldest established restaurant on 93, which goes to Mexico to Canada.
Yeah, it was a 2-lane road when we came here. Yeah, it was the Pan American Highway when this was built. At that time, you had to go up Temple Bar Road to Benelli Landing and take a ferry to Nevada. Yeah.
Wow.
And then they, that was before I got here, but then they put the dam in, and then we could go across the dam. But when this was built, that's how they got to Nevada. When I first came here, we didn't have garbage disposals, you know, no one to pick up our trash. 50 miles to 75 miles to the grocery store. That's one way, and 2 or 3 days a week I go in to get the bacon and eggs, and I had to have a limited menu, you know, and ham and potatoes, and then we had a 4-party telephone line. Yeah.
Until just 15 years ago.
91.
Yeah.
91. Yeah.
So everybody was listening to everybody else out here.
Yeah, it was a pioneer. We were pioneers. There's pictures in here from when we got it. That was my backyard. The whole desert.
Yeah. It had the gas pumps were the glass pumping, the visual glass you look through.
Wow.
Yeah, the diaphragm pumps. And they're gone now, but the tanks are still there.
Yeah. It was kind of a watering hole. They came for water and gas. When I took over, gee whiz, I was working 18 hours a day. The biggest day I had for like five years was $100 for all day for 18 hours. And Thelma would come in during lunch hour and help me. She was 76 years old. And I thought, oh my God, that's awful hard on that old lady. I mean, now I'm 84, so I guess 76 wasn't too bad. But she worked here till she was in her 90s. Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
So that's what she's my idol. I'll have to be here that long at least.
And she was here when it was still the Boulder Inn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Her and Alice, they would come in and after she worked, she'd get her beer and she'd have a beer or two and she'd drink and then they'd go home.
She loved to dance.
Yeah, she loved to dance. Yeah, she was a part of the fixtures here.
Brad always says she came with the building. They found her in the basement.
So now you're going to be celebrating 26 years come October.
Yep.
And Brad mentioned the date. Let's just get a little bit more information on that.
Well, we've had the same entertainers playing for the last, it'll be their 4th year. And that's Neil Diamond, Bette Midler, and we had Elvis Presley, and we had Lily Diamond, and we had Billy O from the original Spinners, and it's been a real successful. We've gone up last year we had 250 people, so who knows what's going to happen this year. We've got a new guest coming in. It'll be his name's Skip, and he'll do country rock and he'll do country blues. So he'll be one of the entertainers. We have a penny. It's been a penny a drink every year when we had it, and it'll be 26 years now. So it'll be 26 cents a drink. And then in between the entertainers, we usually ring the bell. So everybody rushes the bar. Every time we ring the bell, they get a drink for 26 cents. And it's our time to give back. They also have a great buffet. So for $5, you walk through the door. You get your meal and you get a drink, and then you get 26-cent drinks all night long.
Now we'll continue with part 2 of our visit with Rosie and Brad in the next episode. Now Rosie's den, inside the historic Boulder Inn, is located in Arizona, just 28 miles south of the Hoover Dam on Highway 93. It's a great place to stop in for a meal, to get your lottery, and purchase gifts and souvenirs. They have an RV park here too. Now, have you ever known of a place where you can pull your motorcycle right up to your table? Well, you'll find out about this in part 2, so check it out. Bye for now.